Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
It is Whoa Daddy and RockLeo back in action tonight. Woo! And we are here celebrating our 75th video,
Yeah.
which is going to be inspired by our friend Kimberly. So let's give her a big shout out. What's up, Kimberly?
Yeah.
She asked us to draw a Hawaiian flower.
Okay.
And that is awesome because tonight's video is sponsored by Alani Hawaiian Shaved Ice. So Alani did not specifically give us money to make this video or anything like that, but Alani is delicious, refreshing, and gives you a little pep to your step.
Yep.
So it's given us the energy to make this video. So thank you, Alani, for your Hawaiian Shaved Ice. You've been inspirational along with our friend Kimberly. So when we think about Hawaii and Hawaiian flowers, what do you think of? What are some things that come to your mind, RockLeo?
Like colorful flowers.
Colorful flowers like what? What was that one you were telling me about earlier? What's it
The
called?
spore blossom.
The spore blossom, which you can find in your local Minecraft online. And I was thinking about hibiscus, which you see on like surfboards and tattoos and stuff like that. And the two flowers look really similar, don't they? Yeah. What else? I think of kamakawi wole. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about Israel.
Oh yeah, Israel.
Somewhere over the rainbow. And what else? What do you think about? His little instrument. What's that thing called?
The ukulele.
The ukulele.
Tiny guitar. 4-string.
You ever heard Jake Shimabukuro? He is a ukulele master, and another hard name to say like kamakawi wole, which simply it is. So we're going to be making a really unique hibiscus blossom over a sunset. I think we'll throw a rainbow in there. We'll save the ukulele for later unless we can squeeze one in. And I think it is about time that we get into the creation station
and check it out.
All right, here we are in the creation station, and what we are going to do is we are going to build our hibiscus over here, and we're going to get a little ocean sunset going on this side. So what we're going to start with is the center of our plant kind of coming up, and we are using our pencil because we are going to be doing some erasing tonight. All right, so we're going to use the center of our plant like that, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of like three bumpy sides. All right, we're going to erase it, and then we're going to kind of shoot upward like so from our points. And if I'm not too happy with it and I want it to be a little thinner, I'm just going to fix that, because what we're going to end up doing is changing it at the end when we get into the Sharpie. So that's the great part. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the end, kind of look like a heart. And then we have these small, they almost look like balloons coming off. So what we're going to do is we're going to go small, pretty close in between. Then we're going to go a little bit bigger. Then we're going to go small. And a little bit bigger. And a little bit bigger, and then teeny. All right, so we get like some variety in there. All right, so we're gonna kind of mimic that on the other side. So big, kind of small, kind of big, and then we'll just get a small one in here. All right, so I'm gonna fix that in a minute. What I wanna do is make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. I want to balance it so this bottom one is kind of the biggest and the two on the end are small, and then we got a couple big ones here. So in order to create some variety, we're going to make this leaf kind of like a wide sort of loose heart. And then we're going to come in between with a 3-sided shape, kind of like that. And we want to land right towards here. So we're kind of mimicking that 3-sided shape. We're going to do the same thing right next to it. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna come in towards the center and go for our big one. So for our big one, we're gonna have 1 big part coming down, big part coming out, back up, and then a smaller one, which is gonna kind of hang downward. 1, 2, 3, and we're just gonna kind of tie it in like that. So we are gonna outline now at this point so that we can fix anything that we don't wish to be there. So I like this shape we have going on here, but I want to bring it up a little bit. So that's one of the great things that you can do when you're outlining that pencil. And so we're just going to kind of follow along and make these balloon shapes as perfect as we want them to be. Maybe if we want them to come out a little bit more at the top, or I want to like widen this one, you might notice I did right there. I want to make that a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to bring it in. Okay, so that's one of the great ways that pencil can be a guide, and it really does not create that much extra work for you. It only makes your final drawing that much better. All right, so we're going to kind of tie it in. You know, check this out. I'm going to tie it in like that. And I'm going to tie this part out to the plant like that. And nobody will ever know. Nobody will know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get in here and erase some of the things I didn't want. And think nobody will know. Right there, right there. Okay, it just looks like a shadow if we want it to be. Whoop. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and outline this guy all the way around. And of course, you can give it any sort of variety that you want. If you are making it more like a logo, you can make it a little bit more specific with how exactly you measure out each proportion of the shape. But this gives you a general idea to work with. Okay, so you have something very nice. And then we're gonna create a little bit of movement on the inside. All right, kind of like that. A little variety here. All right, and like similar on this one, and maybe we'll come out. All right, so we're doing about 3, about 4. Maybe we'll do about 5 on the big one. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, right there. Okay. So we're just creating a little bit of texture inside of our flower. All right, they kind of look like weird alien hands. You can have a little bit of fun with that. So it's kind of like you could make them more symmetrical. You could make them more detailed, less detailed, simpler, more complex. It's kind of up to you. But I like the sort of semi-symmetrical organic shape. And this should be a good guide for you. Now, one thing you can always do, and this is what a lot of artists, scientific drawers like to do, look at a picture, you know, and give yourself an idea of what you're working with first, okay? And then we'll go ahead and throw some nice big leaves in here. All right, put one here, and I'll put one down on this end, and we're gonna do a similar thing inside of there. All right, these ones, I'm gonna kind of taper a little bit. And I didn't like that. I really didn't like that, so I'm gonna do this. Fix it. Nobody will know. All right, and then when I get out here with my pen, I'm gonna go ahead and outline it the way I wanted it to be. as intended. Maybe make it a little shorter. Maybe make this one a little shorter. And that one, go ahead and give it a nice outline here. And then, boom, the eraser comes in handy yet again and gives me a wonderful, wonderful little guide. So, use that eraser to your advantage. And now I'm feeling pretty comfortable as I get into this one. I feel like I'm not gonna make the same mistake. Boom, I nailed it. Don't really need the eraser on this one. But you know, we could always make a slight modification. So it comes in handy. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and get this side, but then on this side, let's say I want it a little bit wider. I don't think it was wide enough the first time. I can change what I did there slightly, and look, it still came in helpful. I kind of didn't give that Sharpie enough time to dry. I should have waited an extra second, but that's cool because we're gonna color this picture anyway. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and throw beach waves right in here. I'll come along the shore and a little bit of a mountain shoreline. You know, they do have some mountains up there in Hawaii. I'm just gonna go ahead and modify that slightly. Okay, and now we're gonna start talking about color. And so the great thing about this is you can color it any way you want. I'm gonna use pastel so I can get some really nice blending happening. But what I want to show you is probably one of the most unique ways I've seen this plant colored. And so what we're gonna do is we are simply going to put a little bit of red in the center, just a small amount. Okay, sort of like that. And then we're gonna put a little bit of red below, sort of an equally distant space, right about here. All right, so below the tops of these fingers, so to speak. All right, I'm getting a little red in there. All right, and then some right in on this side. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and color blend some pink into it. This is a great pastel technique. If you happen to have pastels available, is putting two colors on two different sides and then just using the pastel to blend into the middle. And we're gonna create a lovely, lovely effect right there, especially with the two colors being fairly similar. So I'm gonna do a similar technique along the top. Let's see what I got here. I'm gonna do yellow kind of just along the edge. Yellow, I'm just gonna kind of round it out and I'm gonna kind of turn the corner with it a little bit. Get really close to that red that I have. Okay. All right, so we get some yellow going, a little bit of yellow going here. Okay. And I'm gonna put a little bit into about half of these, just a small amount. All right, now, touching into that yellow, I'm gonna get some orange. So I'm gonna do like into the yellow and out of the yellow. All right, just a little bit, touching into it. Okay, so we're getting this really nice kind of line. Orange going along the yellow, nothing thick, nothing big. Okay. And then we're gonna take some purple and we're gonna tie it together. And we're gonna put some purple in the orange. We're gonna put some purple in the red. And we're gonna fill a big area with some purple. And we're gonna kind of work our way from one end to the other. And we're gonna let the purple take over somewhat. And let the purple blend into those warm colors a little bit. And it creates a nice sense of contrast in our flower. I'm gonna go ahead and work through there. But you know, I'm doing a complex one. It would be really neat if you colored inside the lines, maybe just 2 different colors, light blue and dark blue. And you can get some really, really wonderful flowers. So like, even though I'm doing a difficult one, you could treat it like a coloring book and just keep it really simple. And so in order to show you that, I'm gonna go ahead and do that on our leaves. And for our leaves, we're gonna keep it real simple. All right, we're gonna get some yellow inside the line. And then once we finish that, we're gonna get that last bit right there and put a little yellow in here for color. We're gonna do green outside the line. All right, so we have a nice yellow and we have a nice green. And you could even mix a dark green in there. You can do it any way you want. It's gonna be your work of art. Right now, I'm just trying to fill in some space, get this thing complete, show you how nice it can look contrast-wise by putting that cool color green in there with your beautifully warm and purple flower. All right, so we can see what it looks like filled in. Because I don't like having the work of art at least not being done. I might modify it later. I might add to it later. I might change it later. But right now, I want to have something complete that I can look at. Now, cool thing is, being a digital guy, you could take a picture of something like this, and then you can always enhance or modify it digitally, like I like to do with a lot of my thumbnails. So, what I'm gonna do is mix a little orange in with the yellow, just lightly to give it a subtle color so it's not as intense as the other sections. I'm gonna get a little yellow, a little orange there, and then we're gonna go orange red. Okay, just lightly. So there's a little bit of contrast right there. We're gonna keep the center just a little bit red. And then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a little smudging. Just sort of like that. So if you want to, you can kind of smudge your colors in, but we really want that like white there. Okay, so for the water, we need to get our white out. And I don't know, for some reason, the white seems to have disappeared. So we'll get back into that as soon as I find it. It's probably just hiding there. All right, so for our beak, we want to go dark, far away, and I'm going to go rough with it. Okay, and wave closer together, far away. You know why? Because they're farther away, so they appear to be closer together. And then as we get close, maybe farther apart because of distance. All right, and that's just a way to show perspective. All right, so we're gonna go hard in between with some of our blue, and then we're gonna go hard spaced out with some of our lighter blue. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sort of swirl the white, and you'll notice that we're gonna get a little nice contrast in here. There's so much that you can do as far as like making waves, so we can get into that fun stuff in another video. I'm gonna create smudge contrast here. Okay, and we're gonna mix a little brown, a little black into the mountain. I'm gonna do some lines with an edge, right, like that for mountain, and then we're just gonna use the bottom, just kind of blend it in there and give it a nice little faraway touch. And we want it to be kind of dark. I'll go a little bit darker up here and a little bit darker at the bottom, and then we'll kind of blend some things together. All right, now we're coming along. Now for the sunset. All right, let's go ahead and get into something that's gonna go across our space. All right, we're gonna get a little yellow in here. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna get some orange. All Alright, just sort of mix that in. It's a Hawaiian sunset. We've requested. We're gonna get some pink. A little bit of pink going in here. Alright, we're gonna go purple. Got a little purple going, kind of mix it into the pink. And then this is where it starts to get light. So here we go. A little light with the purple. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the blue. We're going to kind of mix it into the purple. We're going to go up like this. And then we're going to get our very last little dark blue at the top. Okay, now for something fun and exciting. How about it? Purple, blue, mix it together, and go green. All right, yellow, where's that yellow? Uh-oh. Where's our yellow? There we are. Might as well just get all of these colors out. Orange, where are you? He's hiding from me. There he is. All right. Yellow. We're just kind of laying it on there. We're going to have some orange. And some red. All right, and we are pretty much wrapping it up. So, big shout out to Kimberly. Thank you for the awesome suggestion. We needed it. War Daddy 2021. And that is the end of our video tonight. I hope you've learned a lot of stuff. We got some awesome ideas. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, aloha, and we are back. And here is our final work of art with our rainbow. I think that was a super fun 75th video. What do you think, Leo?
75th, yep. This turned out very well.
We want to thank Alani. We want to thank Kimberly.
Yep.
We want to thank all our subs. We want to thank RockLeo here for being my main man, and all of our special guests we've had along the way. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? I mean, this is 75 videos. What are we looking at?
I don't know. I'll give a shout out to all the people who have given the past suggestions.
And all the people who have made a beautiful place on Earth. And one more.
And all the people who have helped with the videos. Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody at home for watching, being creative, and having an awesome time. Check out Alani Energy Drink. Who knows? Maybe they'll sponsor us one day. We are out of here. Leave your suggestions in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell, and let us know what you think.
Yep.
Rock on and never stop drawing.
Never.